Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George, or all George. So, today Bitcoin's looking a lot better. And that's why I'm going to talk about why we should prepare for a massive price surge. That's right. Bitcoin is on the verge of a massive price surge. And not just Bitcoin, the entire market. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about everything else that's going on today. Let's do it. Welcome, guys. We're starting out. Where's Bitcoin? Starting out the day at 67.4. Looking a lot better than the last few days, right? Again, a lot of people were calling Bitcoin was going to go to 50s or 40s. You know, still people trying to predict some kind of doomsday drop before the halving event. We only got 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks until the halving event. Where's that doomsday drop? I just don't see it. You know, there's just too much buying, too much FOMO, too much enthusiasm at this point for that to happen. You know, speaking of FOMO, let's talk about a couple of these banks that are FOMOing. Morgan Stanley and UBS, they want to become the very first, both of them want to become the very first Bitcoin ETF bank. What does that mean? They want to be a warehouse for all these ETFs that these other guys have been, you know, making a boatload of money with. So, you know, every single bank out there, major bank, is thinking about how to jump into this space. Why would you not? I mean, Bitcoin is making a ton of people money, making all these fund managers a ton of money, right? Why not make a ton of money storing ETFs? Well, that's what they're going to do. And eventually they're probably going to come out their own ETFs as well. And a lot of them are already custodians, and they offer private services for their wealth clients. I mean, a lot of them are already involved, even though they won't come out and directly say, yes, we support Bitcoin, unlike, say, someone like Standard Charter and their CEO. I mean, they have come out 100% supporting Bitcoin. Very little banks are going to do that. But you know what? You don't judge by what they say. You judge by what they do. And every single one is offering some kind of Bitcoin service or going to offer some kind of Bitcoin service. So that tells you a lot. And you have another asset manager, Franklin Templeton, that is very bullish on Bitcoin as well. They say Ordinals are driving positive momentum in Bitcoin innovation. Well, there is definitely a lot of innovation going on right now. You know, I don't know if you guys noticed, but on X now they have all these news articles on the side rather than people. That's kind of interesting. That must be something new for X. Anyways, so, you know, Franklin Templeton and, of course, the other asset managers like Fidelity and BlackRock, they're all in. Vanguard says they're not in, but they really are because they have more shares than even BlackRock in the biggest Bitcoin and crypto companies. So that says a lot. They just won't come out and endorse Bitcoin, but they hold more Bitcoin. They hold more MicroStrategy. They hold more Coinbase. They hold more Mara than even BlackRock. So think about that. That's Vanguard. And Vanguard holds more BlackRock than even BlackRock. And think about that. I mean, all these guys are FOMOing in. That is why Bitcoin is going to go a lot higher soon. Surging is about to come. ETFs this week has been pretty good. Also helping. You could see that we are net positive, with the exception of the first. We had a net negative, but you could see April 2nd and yesterday we had positive, despite Grayscale still selling, but they're selling a lot less. Okay, a lot less. So hopefully that's it. They don't need to sell a ton more anymore going forward. And like I said, if Grayscale stops selling, well, then that means we're going to get a huge surge. I mean, because no one else is selling at this point. No one else could sell hundreds of millions per day like Grayscale. There's no one left. It's just one entity, Grayscale. And everyone else is accumulating. So as soon as they stop, that's when all hell breaks loose, really. And I'm going to show you why in a little bit. In case you're wondering, though, by the time we get halving, which is about 2 weeks, around that time, it's predicted that BlackRock will hold more ETFs, or hold more Bitcoin, I should say, than Grayscale, which would be unfortunate. It's almost like it's planned. It's almost as if, BlackRock called Michael Sonnensen and said, hey, once we go live, the strategy is you got to start selling and we're going to be buying. I don't know, because it's almost like a complete inverse relationship, right? Like it looks exact opposite, and now they're closing in, and I'm not so sure that's a good thing, but it's happening. It's happening. So hopefully Grayscale stops selling, and then we're going to have a good old time afterwards. And with everything that's going on, a lot of people are predicting that Bitcoin is going to go much, much higher. This one's from Bybit, and this is the halving event 4 years from now. He believes 4 years from now, so that means after we hit a top and we hit a bottom and then we recover back up, in 4 years, which isn't too long if you think about it, 4 years from 2 weeks from today, he thinks that Bitcoin will be at 435,000. Well, if that's the case, if in 4 years the halving event is 435,000, that means the top of this cycle is going to be much higher than 435,000, right? Take a second to think about that. Because every cycle, we hit a top, then we come back down and we hit a bottom, then we recover around the halving event, right? And the halving event usually is a little bit lower than the previous top, with the exception of this time. This cycle, we blew past the top early. So this is, according to him, then this top that we're going to witness soon in 2025 could be around $500,000, or maybe even higher than that. And then we're probably going to fall down to, I don't know, like 80,000, 90,000, and then we come back up to 435,000. That's how I'm interpreting this. Regardless, it's much higher than where we are. It's much, much higher than where we are. And here's something else. If we're following the same trajectory as the last cycle, well, that would put Bitcoin around $500,000, right? We spent 500 days leading up to this point, right? And you could see the last cycle, 500 days, was right before the halving, and then after halving, Bitcoin went up 732%. We're, again, like I said, we're a little bit ahead of the game this time around, but still, 500. It's been 500 days. We're about to hit that halving event, and if we go up 732%, that's where we are, $491,000. I can't even imagine one day, and when I say one day, meaning like within a year, I'm sitting here streaming with you guys, showing you Bitcoin at 491,000. I can't imagine that. I don't know. If that happens, I'll be streaming on my yacht or somewhere, nicer than where I am right now. I can't even fathom Bitcoin at that price, but you know what? It may happen a lot sooner than you think, in maybe within 1 year's time frame. It's just absolutely nutty to think about. It really is nutty to think about. And but that's reality. Just look at what has happened before in previous cycles. There's zero reason to think that we're not going to see the same thing happen. Zero reasons. In fact, we have more reasons now in this cycle than ever before, than previous cycles. In previous cycles, people are always wondering, why does Bitcoin go up after halving event? Why does it go up? You really can't say, other than retail investors and whales are predicting that it's going to go up after the halving event, so they all start buying. There's really no other reason to explain it. All previous cycles have all acted the same way based on, I guess, history, based on what has always happened before. This time around, yes, we're predicting the same thing, but we have ETFs that are buying billions of Bitcoin. Institutions that are buying billions of Bitcoin in a very, very, very fast manner, right? And this time around, we're going to get macro conditions that's going to help us too, right? Inflation is going to help Bitcoin. Inflation is going to help drive Bitcoin to a much higher price. And, you know, we got the rate cuts, which is also going to help. We got the presidential election, yes. And we may have even more help with spot Ethereum ETFs and what X is doing. I mean, there's so many catalysts. Coinbase winning its lawsuit against the SEC. I mean, there's so many things. We got so many things going on right now, way more than before. That's why we're so ahead of the game. And here's another reason why we could be surging really, really fast and really high. And it's because of this. This is a liquidation heat map. You notice that there's a giant yellow mark or strip right around 72, 73,000. Yes, that's why we have not been able to break it recently. But if we do, we will approximately get 3.6 billion in shorts liquidated. And guess what's going to happen? We're going to go a lot higher. We will surge past 75 and possibly hit 80,000, 90,000 when that happens. And that could happen very, very, very soon as the halving event approaches. And here's the funny thing too. Apparently, a lot of hedge funds are shorting Bitcoin. That's great. Let's do what GME did on the hedge funds. Let's repeat that, because if they're the largest shorters of Bitcoin, well, let's get them wrecked. Okay, I mean, who would short Bitcoin at this point? After everything I've said, why would they short Bitcoin? It makes zero sense. Well, it's okay. Let them short. Let them go bankrupt themselves. It's out of greed. They're trying to measure the charts and look at and trade Bitcoin as if it was a company, and they're sorely mistaken. Bitcoin is no company. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. Anyways, moving forward, what else is there? SEC calls for comments on 3 proposed Ethereum ETFs. So, this is gaining strength, guys. This is gaining strength. Now, in my opinion, I don't think the SEC will. I don't think the SEC is going to approve this year. I think maybe next year. You know, they called for this before too, for ETFs, for Bitcoin ETFs. They kept delaying and calling for comments and delaying and calling for. I mean, they have done this game before, right? So I don't know if it's going to happen, but if it does, if somehow off chance, because BlackRock or someone pushes it through, it's going to be enormous too. Not only for Ethereum, but for the entire market, because then people will look at what's next after Ethereum. What's the next coin that'll get its ETF? Hopefully, it'll be someone like Solana, but I think it's probably going to be XRP. I think XRP will be the next one in line. But I don't know what the demand. I don't know if the demand is there for XRP ETFs, but we'll see. We'll see. Van Eyck predicts that, you know, layer 2s are going to be outstanding and they're going to bring a boatloads of money. Well, that's true. I mean, if you look at this, Arbitrum, Optimism, Blast, Base have all been making crazy millions upon millions upon millions in revenue. Yes, in revenue, just from the trades that happen on chain. Right, Manta's the only one that collects like nothing. I don't know how they're surviving, but basically they have nothing, right? But Arbitrum has been collecting billions in fees. So they're all making a good amount of money. So that's kind of interesting in case you didn't know that. Wormhole, you know, recently had an airdrop So they're doing very well right now too. So they're kind of in the same space as Stargate and Axelar. They're just an interoperability chain, which is good. And then of course you have memes that are still doing fantastic. Here's another one. Yesterday I just talked about Meow that hit $700 million, about to break $1 billion. You have Boden now that broke in 500 million market cap. So man, memes are just outrageously hot. Okay, more and more and more are getting hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. Remind you guys, Big Red is getting a Mexi listing. They're about 12 million today. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Just a side note, you guys know I'm part of Karate Combat IFC. So yesterday I saw Ryan, who is the CEO of Nazari, I believe. Huge account, huge guy. He wants to fight in Karate Combat. And Anatoly from Solana responded to who he should fight. And then I responded to Anatoly asking if he would fight Charles. And then Charles responded to me saying that would be a fun and tough fight. So think about that. Think about in the upcoming IFCs, we may get Cardano versus Solana fighting in the pit of the IFC. That would be absolutely crazy. That is crazy. We'll see if it happens. All right, guys. That is it. Let's do some Q&A. All right. Can I get your thoughts on Proppy, please? Well, I know RWA, tokenization of real world assets are getting hot. So I'm probably gonna do more. I'm gonna do more videos on it soon. And Proppy's in there for real estate. So I'll just leave it at that. Mike says everything is planned. I feel like everything is planned. Everything is going according to plan. You just have to have patience sometimes. GameStop 2, that's right. ITX, thank you. ETH is a security, bro. Well, that's your opinion. Stanley says, Arizona Iced Tea hit 3K followers on Twitter, double market cap overnight, Costco's drink. Well, Costco does not sell Arizona Iced Tea. It does not. But I saw it come up yesterday. Was it 99 cents, right? Yeah, it came up a little bit. Just a little bit and leveled out. Yeah, I'm going to share something with you guys. A lot of you guys love memes, right? If you want to be in a giant meme chat, you should join my Patreon, which has a private Discord. And the guys are talking about memes all the time, right? Hunting down new ones, talking about the ones I've been talking about. A lot of those guys do like 99 cents also. So just throwing that out there. And I did find one yesterday, too, that has done pretty well. Bull. They're leading. Their volume is crazy. I saw them at 500K. I kind of hinted it. I'm like, hey, this looks pretty good. In Discord yesterday when it was around 1 million. And now it's at 6. It was as high as 7 million. Freedom, have you bought LimeWire? First time I told you you made 3x, it's 100 million. Why are you still fading it? Because I'm still fading it. Who cares? Who cares if I fade it, man? If you made money and you believe in it, that's all that matters. Why does it matter what I care? If you're ready, you're right, you're right. You know, that's the thing. That's why I don't get why people get so pissed off. It's like if you're already right, then you should feel good about it. And LimeWire, I know, has changed. They're not about torrenting anymore. They're trying to get into AI, I believe. But it is what it is. Soul Chat, I don't know about Soul Chat, but I guess it's a real world application. I mean, I guess Anatoly also tweeted about Soul Chat. They're just hanging in there. I'll have to look at them someday, but you know, I could guess what they're about based on their name. How high will Bitcoin go on 420? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe 100,000. Holding Hollow Ride, partnered with Audi and Porsche, big ash cup and handle. Your thoughts? I don't think anyone's ever asked me about this project ever. Ever. You know, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. That just looks like it's a dead project. They're down 99, more than 99%. They're like down 99.99%, and they have not recovered at all. So I don't think that partnership is actually real. LCX bought on a whim yesterday. I have no clue if it's a good project. That makes no sense. Why would you buy something that you have no clue about? Unless it's a meme. And LCX is no meme, so I have no idea why you did that, Clapper Cheeks. Anyways, I looked at it. It's just the exchange. It's not something that I'm terribly excited about. Cheddar on Sol. $13. There's two of them. I'm assuming this one. It's holding. It's holding. Liquidity, it's about right. 2K holders, a little bit light. So relatively new project, I would say. The name isn't terribly exciting. Okay, so they came down a little bit. That's good. Boden has been doing really well. Where is it? Josh is asking, where's the Discord? As soon as you join Patreon, you're automatically joined into Discord. And plus, I don't want to make it sound like you join Patreon only for Discord meme chat. You know, there's newsletters every week that talks about airdrops, new coins. There's TA involved. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happens in those newsletters. A lot of people enjoy it. And there's regular chat, too, about solid projects, real-world projects, and everything else. So it's not just like meme stuff, right? Just to throw that out there. CJ on base. Carl Johnson. 8 days ago? No. No. Just an egg on Solana. I see you following them. Yeah, because I actually sent them one soul to get airdropped, and then they refunded the soul because they had some problems, and whatever I got airdropped was laughable. It was pointless. I should unfollow them. Costco churros chasing after Costco hot dog. That's gonna be hard. Costco hot dog is the best hedge against inflation. Soul chat, 25K holders, 9 million supply, huge upside possible, marketing sex soon. Okay, thanks for sharing. Robert, thank you. Cardano army people say Solana is completely centralized and all their user transaction metrics are manipulated by VCs and fake. Are they bitter? Sure. The truth is always somewhere in the middle. Okay, just keep that in mind. Bird Dog on Soul, least known char of the boys club. What's the boys club? Bird Dog. I don't even know what boys club you're talking about. No, Costco did not raise the price of the hot dog. Have you not been to a Costco? Like if you're in your like 30s and 40s, your favorite place to go to is Costco. Well, I take that back. Maybe not favorite place, but one of the probably the most often places you go to. Anyone not going to Costco is missing out. Dino Soul? That just sounds like a horrible name. It's down 31% from 2 days ago. And came out 2 days ago. Yeah, that's a dead. Why would you even ask me to check that out? Oh, my live chat disappeared. Hold on here. Okay. Is Pepe dead? No, it's not. It's not. Actually, Pepe is actually doing a lot better than I expected. $3 billion. What is this? Dragon Ball Z tribute. Oh, is this another meme? DBZ. No, it's not doing that well. Why do you think audience never caught on? I don't know. It's just really hard to, you know, when you have a large service like Spotify, it's really hard to get people to get off of it. That's why when people get into like crypto projects, get into some kind of social app or some kind of social app, I always say no because it's just impossible. Audience could still, I mean, I think they're still doing well, but it's just kind of like, it's just really hard to change people's behaviors. That's really it. It's just really, really hard. Pepe, Andy, Brett, Wolf, Bird Dog, made by Matt Fury. Yes, but he's not getting any of the commission, so he's probably suing everyone. Bird Dog, down 50%. Yeah, not so good. Doesn't look so good. Aldi is above Costco. You got to try spend 200 at Aldi or Aldi. It's not the same experience. It's really not. Emperor, no. Magical Tux on Optimism, Mark Capelli's, any good or stay away. You know what, that name you should stay away. Magical Tux. Yeah, I'm just going to say stay away. What are your thoughts on BTC being overvalued in a weekly time frame despite leading up to the halving? Potential pullback. I don't know if you noticed, we had a potential pullback already. We pulled back to 65,000 from 73,000. So, yeah, I don't really think we need a bigger pullback before we go higher, but who knows? Sincere opinion on entry-level cybersecurity, blockchain, IT, or other good career change move. Should I get degrees or certificates? If you're going into, say, cybersecurity, which is really hot and they pay very well, you do need certificates. You do need a lot of certificates. A lot of those Cisco certificates are really, really, really important. But if you're doing it on the side for small companies, maybe they don't require it. But if you want to go into any major company and deal with cybersecurity, you're gonna need a lot. Same thing with networking. I mean, it's anything really. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're self-taught or you took classes, you know. I remember before I used to try to get, what was it, a CCNA, and I was studying for that. I never got it, but yeah, Winston, you do. Just heard about Cheddar yesterday. Supposedly Wall Street Bets are in on it. Supposedly they're on everything. You know, I got pitched on Reddit, and they said the same thing. Oh, supposedly Wall Street Bets is following us and going higher. Well, that didn't do anything for them. So Reddit basically, you know, a lot of them claim Wall Street Bets are in on it. I don't throw a lot of weight on any of that. Supposedly GME, when it was pumping, you know, Wall Street Bets was on them, you know, and that didn't help them. GME basically died like I kind of expected. When it was hot, everyone kept saying, don't fade GME, it's a real movement. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not the guys behind the original movement. So you got to be careful about those kind of claims. What do you think Cardano could reach the cycle realistically? Yeah, like $8. $6 to $8, I think realistically can happen. What do you think about 4chan token? I'm avoiding it because there's too many shillers on it. Claiming there's some Netflix documentary and somehow it's gonna pump it. I'm avoiding it. Anatoly versus Hoskinson looks pretty even. I think that would be a great fight. If that happens, first of all, it's going to be historic, and it's going to break the internet, and it'll be fun. You know, it'll be a real fun match, like Charles says. Bird Dog on Solana. Bird Dog actually donated to Matt, all community raise, check X. I have a hard time believing that because Pepe and none of the other guys donated to Matt. So I have a hard time believing that. But if that's true, then great. Just an egg going to a billion. I don't think so. I don't think so. Anatoly is actually stacked. Well, that's why he said he'll be a tough fight. Hobbs or Hob, yeah. I mean, it's too high already. It's too high, so not something I would consider. For next wave, infrastructure of focus. Yeah, the new term is DPIN. So, yeah, I mean, anything that's physical infrastructure or non-physical infrastructure. Ligma nodes or Ligma. I don't know which one. Probably this, Ligma nodes, which is going to 0 right now. Or it shows 0. I don't know if it's going 0. It's just miscounting, but still. Let's see. The fastest private nodes on Solana. Yeah, they're just like a small DPIN play. Could be good. Purple, only because George Faye's just an egg, let's get it to a billion. Great. I got airdropped like $100. So if it goes to a billion, that 100 turns into what? 1,000? 10,000? Go ahead, do that for me. Because it's been absolutely disappointing. Have you looked into Orange yet? BRC20, about to get infrastructure. Yeah, I'm an investor in Orange. I've talked about them before. They're still auditing their wallet. That's the big thing. They're trying to come out with a full-fledged BRC20 Ordinals stacks wallet for Bitcoin. So waiting for that to come out. It could be good. It could be good. If they could come out with the all-in-one Bitcoin-focused wallet, as good as, say, Phantom or MetaMask, it'll be a game changer. And then now you got runes too. I don't even quite understand runes, but like, there's so many new things coming out on Bitcoin. I don't know if they're all fads or they all will turn out to be legitimate things, but there are a lot of things happening on Bitcoin right now. Is Sol becoming a meme chain now? As a lot of good projects, arguably the best DEX Jupiter, will Sol move away from memes? It's not Sol's decision. It's a free market. It's whatever's hot. People gravitate towards what's hot, and what's hot right now are memes. That's really it. I mean, there's other great projects, but Sol isn't just a meme chain. Does Bully have a chance? I'm trapped over a. I don't know what that means, but you overbought, I think. Well, I mean, I can't tell you if I have a chance. I mean, right now it doesn't look like it. I don't like the name. I don't like the avatar. The liquidity is there. Holders is healthy, but you know, with memes, if they don't get traction or they lose it, it's kind of hard to come back. Can you buy Stanley Cup using your Phantom wallet? Yeah, you can store it on Phantom. Any Solana-based token can be held in Phantom, and it's awesome. You don't even have to plug in the address. It just automatically pops up, which is great. Unlike MetaMask, you always have to plug in a new contract. Phantom is actually a fantastic wallet. And it supports Bitcoin too, and BRC stuff. It's actually really good. SS, Dex Aggregator, Sharder. Dex Aggregator, multiple chains integrated, product launch this week, have a lot of bullish plans. I mean, a lot of projects have that, man. You don't need a token for it. Even Kulo Swap does that. It's not a big revolutionary thing. Bitcoin is doing really well today. Look at that. We may be back up to 70K in no time. Jimmy, I got some Kulo Big Red. How can I buy a Stanley Pup? On Jupiter, on Radium, you could buy it. I mean, if you're going to be a meme, Jimmy, or anyone, you need to know how to look up a contract address. And you need to know how to use the DEX. And the biggest DEXs on Solana are Radium and Jupiter. And you need to know how to look up a contract address. And if you don't know how to look up a contract address, then you shouldn't be involved with memes. And I don't even know how you bought Kulo and Big Red if you didn't know how to look them up. Man, Bitcoin is doing very well today. Henry says, George, I'm only eating Costco hot dogs and sleeping in my car at Costco's parking lot and buying Costco hot dog memes until the bull. Good for you. Good for you. They were back up to 80 yesterday, 80 million, and now they're down to 58. Still pretty healthy, though. Pretty healthy. Eating the hot dogs itself, probably not healthy, but you know, the chart for Costco hot dog is. My super chat got lost on top, but if Stacks can hit $3.80, do you think Zeus, backed by Stacks, can hit the same levels given they're both to link to BTC? I don't know what Zeus is. Bitcoin to Solana made seamless cross-chain layer built on SVM. Chain agnostic transactions are proposed and stored on Solana. Signatures are signed. Broadcast signed transactions to target blockchain, and a lot of good stuff. Anatoly is an investor. Well, I mean, ITX, what you said doesn't make sense. Stacks is a layer 2 for Bitcoin, very, very integrated. And it's much more integrated than, say, Zeus is to Solana. So, no, you can't make that same comparison. However, it could do really well. I'll look more into Zeus, but bring Bitcoin to Solana. That's a win-win. Win-win-win. Have you seen Hammy and Harold? They're in a new whiff. I mean, everyone claiming they're in a new whiff. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Hammy is down 33%, so yeah, no. Harold is... These are all old, from 25 days ago. Slow drain. You know, if you guys want me to look at it, a new meme, you know, at least show me one that's constantly pumping. If you show me one that's down 60%, I'm just going to shit on it, right? Like, it's that simple. And I know most of you guys are doing it. You think you send me $2, you make me look at it, it's going to make it pump. It's not. I'm not going to endorse it. I'm not going to say good things about it. So at the very least, show me a meme that's doing well, that's on the upside, rather than that one that has come down 80%, 90%. I just looked at Hammy. It's down. All right, guys. I think that's it. We'll conclude the DGen chat. All right. Today is a good day overall. Bitcoin is up. Entire market is up. Price surge is right around the corner, right before the halving event. And there's a lot of good things happening in the space, guys. So smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Last question, Bright Star. Can you check out SolBank, new DeFi on Solana? You got Sol Chart or Sol Chat and now SolBank. SolBank is really, really new. I'll take a look at it after this stream. All right, have a good one, guys. Take care.